Let's face it, folks. Becoming a new parent is one of the most exhilarating, terrifying, and expensive experiences of your life. You're catapulted into a world of sleepless nights, endless diaper changes, and a love so profound it redefines your world. Oh, and did we mention the bills? Just when you thought those tiny humans couldn't get any more demanding, they start costing a small fortune. But before you panic and start selling those adorable baby shoes on eBay, take a deep breath. We're here to tell you that you've got this. Managing your money as new parents doesn't have to mean sacrificing your sanity or your dreams. It's all about finding a balance between showering your little one with love and keeping your finances in check. Think of it as a financial high-wire act. But instead of a safety net, you've got diapers and wipes. Okay, maybe not the most comforting image, but you get the point. The good news is, you're not alone on this wild ride. Thousands of new parents are navigating the same choppy waters of baby budgets and financial firsts. We've all been there, staring blankly at a spreadsheet while a tiny human demands a 4 a.m. feeding. It's a rite of passage, a badge of honor worn with equal parts pride and exhaustion. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to embark on a journey that will empower you to conquer your financial fears and embrace the joyous chaos of parenthood. We'll equip you with the tools, tips, and tricks to make your money work as hard as you do. Remember, a little planning goes a long way, especially when you're fueled by caffeine and the unconditional love for your little bundle of joy.
Remember those carefree days when date night didn't involve a sippy cup of juice and a game of peekaboo? Yeah, those were the days. But let's be real, those days also probably involved a lot more disposable income. Now, you're juggling the demands of a new baby with the realities of a changing financial landscape. It's a balancing act that would make even the most seasoned circus performer sweat. The key is to approach this new chapter with a sense of humor and a commitment to open communication with your partner. Remember, you're in this together. The first step is acknowledging that things have changed, and that's okay. Gone are the days of spontaneous shopping sprees and extravagant vacations, unless you count that trip to the grocery store as a vacation. But fear not, brave parents-to-be. This doesn't mean you have to kiss your financial freedom goodbye. It simply means it's time to adjust your sails and chart a new course. Think of it as a financial makeover, baby edition. Just as you've embraced your new roles as mum and dad, it's time to embrace your roles as chief financial officers of your growing family. Don't worry, we're not talking about boring spreadsheets and complex investment strategies, although those have their place too. We're talking about practical, easy-to-implement tips and tricks that will help you navigate the financial waters of parenthood with confidence. We'll show you how to create a budget that works for your family, identify areas where you can save money without sacrificing quality, and even sneak in some fun along the way.
All right, troops, it's time to get down to business and craft a budget that would make even your baby's meticulously organized diaper bag proud. Don't worry, we're not talking about complicated spreadsheets or financial jargon that would make your head spin faster than a baby's mobile. We're all about keeping it simple, effective, and tailored to the beautiful chaos that is new parenthood. First things first, gather your financial troops. Pay stubs, bank statements, those receipts crumpled at the bottom of your diaper bag. We've all been there. It's time for a financial heart-to-heart, where you and your partner lay it all out on the table. Discuss your income, expenses, and those adorable yet expensive baby gadgets you've both been eyeing. Remember, honesty and transparency are key. This isn't the time to hide that secret stash of baby clothes you may or may not have already purchased. Next up, let's talk about tracking your spending. No, we're not suggesting you become obsessed with every penny, although those late-night online shopping sprees might need a second look. We're talking about getting a general idea of where your money is going each month. Think of it as a financial scavenger hunt. But instead of searching for hidden treasure, you're searching for areas where you can save a few bucks. You might be surprised by how much those daily lattes add up. We're looking at you, sleep-deprived parents. Now, for the fun part, setting financial goals. Do you dream of owning a minivan that doubles as a rolling snack bar? Or maybe you're more focused on building a college fund that would make your future teenager proud, or at least less likely to raid your pantry. Whatever your goals, write them down and refer back to them often. Having a clear vision of your financial destination will make the journey a whole lot smoother.
Remember those blissful pre-baby days when you could have a conversation without someone screaming for a diaper change or a bottle? Yeah, those were simpler times. Now, you're navigating the world of budgeting with two sleep-deprived brains that are running on caffeine fumes and pure love. But hey, who needs sleep when you have a tiny human who thinks 3 a.m. is the perfect time to practice their opera singing? The good news is, you don't have to tackle this financial adventure alone. Budgeting as new parents is a team sport, and just like those late-night diaper changes, it's all about communication, compromise, and maybe a little bit of humor to keep you sane. Remember, you and your partner are in this together, and two heads, even if they're a little fuzzy from sleep deprivation, are always better than one. Schedule regular budget meetings. It doesn't have to be formal or fancy, just a time when you can both sit down or collapse on the couch and have an open and honest conversation about your finances. Think of it as a financial checkup, but instead of a doctor's office, you're surrounded by baby toys and the lingering scent of diaper cream. Be each other's cheerleaders. Parenting is hard enough without the added pressure of financial stress. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Did you resist the urge to buy that adorable yet impractical baby outfit? High five. Did you manage to cook dinner at home instead of ordering takeout for the third night in a row? Go team. Remember, every little bit counts when you're building a financially secure future for your family.
The baby needs versus baby wants showdown. Budgeting for what really matters. Let's face it, folks. Babies are masters of manipulation. They come into this world with a single piercing cry that can melt even the coldest of hearts and empty your wallet faster than you can say college fund. Suddenly, you find yourself justifying the purchase of a $50 designer onesie because, hey, your little one deserves to look stylish while spitting up on it, right? But before you max out your credit card on the latest baby gadgets and gizmos, it's time to have a heart-to-heart with your inner financial guru. Remember, babies might be experts at demanding what they want, or at least what they think they want. But as parents, it's our job to differentiate between the must-haves and the nice-to-haves. Think of it as a financial game of Would You Rather Baby Edition. Would you rather have a top-of-the-line stroller that costs more than your first car or a healthy savings account for your child's future? Start by making a list of your baby's essential needs. This will look different for every family, but some common items include diapers, lots and lots of diapers, wipes, formula or breastfeeding supplies, basic clothes, a safe crib, and a car seat that meets safety standards. Once you've got the essentials covered, you can start thinking about those nice-to-haves, but always with a critical eye on your budget. Remember, babies grow fast. That adorable designer onesie that your little one wore once, for 5 minutes before having a diaper blowout, will be too small before you know it. Don't fall into the trap of buying everything new, especially when it comes to clothes, toys, and gear. Embrace the beauty of hand-me-downs, explore consignment shops and online marketplaces, And don't be afraid to ask friends and family for gently used items. Your wallet and the planet will thank you.
Tech to the rescue. Budgeting apps that won't break the bank or your brain. All right, parents, let's face it. Your brains are officially fried. Between the sleep deprivation, the constant feedings, and trying to remember the last time you showered, managing your finances might feel like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle, blindfolded. But fear not, weary warriors. We live in a magical age of technology where there's an app for everything, including taming those wild baby budgeting beasts. Gone are the days of painstakingly recording every expense in a little notebook. Although, hey, if that's your jam, more power to you. These days, you can track your spending, set financial goals, and even get personalized money-saving tips, all with a few taps on your smartphone. Think of it as having a personal financial assistant, but instead of a fancy suit and tie, they wear a virtual diaper and speak in soothing lullaby tones. One of our favorite budgeting superheroes is Mint. This free app connects to your bank accounts and credit cards, automatically categorizing your spending so you can see exactly where your money is going. Think of it as a financial fitness tracker, but instead of counting steps, it's counting those late-night online shopping sprees. We've all been there. Plus, Mint sends you personalized alerts and insights, so you can stay on top of your budget and avoid any unwelcome financial surprises. If you're looking for an app that's a little more hands-on, and by hands-on, we mean you can actually control where every dollar goes, then check out YNAB. You need a budget. This app is based on the popular envelope system, where you allocate every dollar of your income to specific categories, such as groceries, housing, and yes, even that all-important baby fund. YNAB helps you gain control of your money and make conscious spending decisions, so you can kiss those impulse buys goodbye.
Embrace the digital piggy bank apps that make saving fun. Well, almost. Remember those cute little piggy banks we had as kids? The ones where we'd excitedly drop in our pennies and dream of all the candy we could buy? Well, those piggy banks have gone digital, folks, and they're here to help you save for your little one's future, one digital penny at a time. Saving money might not sound as exciting as, say, watching your baby master the art of crawling or escaping from their crib. But trust us, it's important. Those college funds aren't going to build themselves, and who knows, maybe one day you'll be able to retire from your full-time parenting gig and finally get a full night's sleep. One of our favorite saving apps is called Capital. This clever app lets you set specific savings goals like baby's first trip to Disney World or emergency diaper fund, and then automatically saves money for you based on your chosen rules. Want to save every time you buy a latte? Because let's be real, caffeine is a parent's best friend. Capital can do that. Want to round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and save the difference? Capital's got you covered. Another great option is Acorns. This app links to your debit or credit card and invests your spare change into a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds. It's like having a tiny financial advisor in your pocket, except this one doesn't charge exorbitant fees and will happily work for pennies on the dollar, literally. Acorns makes investing easy and accessible, so even if you're a financial newbie, you can start growing your money for your little one's future.
Taming the Financial Chaos Organization Tips for the Sleep-Deprived Parent. Let's be honest, folks. Parenthood is a beautiful, messy, chaotic whirlwind of joy, exhaustion, and a never-ending stream of laundry. And somewhere in the midst of all that chaos, you're expected to manage your finances like a responsible adult? Talk about a tall order. But fear not, fellow sleep-deprived warriors. We're here to share some battle-tested organization tips that will help you tame the financial chaos and reclaim a semblance of order in your life. Because let's face it, the last thing you need is a financial meltdown on top of a diaper blowout. First things first, Create a designated space for all things financial. It doesn't have to be fancy. A simple drawer, a shelf, or even a repurposed diaper box will do. Just make sure it's a dedicated spot where you can keep all your important documents, bills, and financial information organized and easily accessible. Next up, embrace the power of the to-do list. Between remembering doctor's appointments, play dates, and whether or not you fed the baby or yourself today, it's easy for financial tasks to slip through the cracks. That's where a trusty to-do list comes in handy. Jot down those bills that need to be paid, appointments that need to be scheduled, and financial goals that you want to achieve. Checking things off your list will give you a sense of accomplishment and maybe even a much-needed energy boost.
All right, parents, let's talk groceries. Remember those blissful pre-baby days when you could browse the aisles without a care in the world, spontaneously tossing gourmet cheeses and artisan breads into your cart? Yeah, those days might be on hold for a while, but fear not, fellow foodies. Just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor or nutrition. It's all about channeling your inner bargain hunter and outsmarting those grocery store aisles. First things first, make a plan of attack. Before you even set foot in the grocery store or open that tempting grocery delivery app, sit down and plan your meals for the week. This will help you avoid those impulse buys. We're looking at you, family-sized bag of chips, and ensure you're buying only what you need. Bonus points for planning meals that can be easily doubled and frozen for those nights when cooking feels like a Herculean task. Next up, embrace the power of the grocery list. This might seem like a no-brainer, but trust us, a well-crafted grocery list is your secret weapon against overspending. Organize your list by category, produce, dairy, pantry staples, to make your shopping trip more efficient. And don't forget to check your pantry and fridge before you head out to avoid buying duplicates, because who needs 3 jars of pickles? Now, for the fun part, hunting down those deals. Before you leave the house, check your local grocery store flyers and online coupons for any specials on items you need. Many grocery stores also have loyalty programs that offer discounts and rewards, so sign up and start racking up those savings. And don't be afraid to venture beyond your usual supermarket. Discount grocery stores, ethnic markets, and even farmers markets can be treasure troves of affordable and delicious finds.
Let's talk about baby clothes, shall we? Those adorable tiny outfits are enough to melt even the most stoic of hearts and drain your bank account faster than a baby can spit up on a brand new onesie. But before you max out your credit card on the latest designer duds, take a deep breath and repeat after us. Babies grow fast. Babies grow fast. Babies grow fast. Seriously, folks, it's like they sprout overnight. That adorable onesie that fit perfectly yesterday might be bursting at the seams by tomorrow. So before you invest in a wardrobe that rivals a Hollywood starlet, it's time to get savvy about saving money on baby clothes. First and foremost, embrace the beauty of hand-me-downs. Ask your friends, family, or even that friendly neighbour with the adorable toddler if they have any gently used baby clothes they're willing to part with. You'll be amazed by the treasures you can find, often for free. And don't worry about your little one looking like a fashion-challenged time traveller. Mix and match those hand-me-downs with a few new pieces to create a unique and stylish wardrobe that won't break the bank. Next up, become a thrift store aficionado. Consignment shops, online marketplaces, and even garage sales can be gold mines for affordable baby clothes. You can often find brand name items in excellent condition for a fraction of the retail price. Plus, it's a fun and sustainable way to shop.
All right, parents, let's talk baby gear. From strollers that cost more than a used car to high-tech baby monitors that could rival NASA's control room, the world of baby gear can feel like a minefield of overwhelming choices and eye-watering price tags. But fear not, budget-conscious caregivers. You don't have to sacrifice safety or convenience to keep your finances intact. It's all about knowing where to find those second-hand superstars that will make your life easier without breaking the bank. First things first, tap into your network. Just like with baby clothes, your friends, family, and neighbors can be invaluable resources for gently used baby gear. Chances are, they have a closet full of strollers, high chairs, and bouncy seats just gathering dust, and they'd be more than happy to pass them on to a good home, especially if it means more space in their own homes. Next up, explore the wonderful world of online marketplaces. Websites and apps like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and OfferUp are treasure troves of affordable baby gear. You can often find everything from cribs and changing tables to swings and playmates, all at a fraction of the retail price. Just be sure to inspect items carefully before you buy, and don't be afraid to negotiate with sellers. And don't forget about consignment shops. These hidden gems are a great place to find high-quality, gently used baby gear at affordable prices. Plus, many consignment shops offer a curated selection of items, so you can be sure you're getting the best of the best.
Okay, parents, let's get real for a minute. Remember those pre-baby days when self-care meant something more than sneaking in a 5-minute shower while mentally planning the baby's next feeding? Those days might feel like a distant memory, but trust us, self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Think of it as refueling your parenting tank so you can keep going with those late-night feedings, diaper blowouts, and endless rounds of wheels on the bus. The good news is, self-care doesn't have to be expensive or time-consuming. It's about finding those small, everyday moments where you can prioritize your own well-being, even if it's just for 5 minutes while the baby's napping or being entertained by a strategically placed sock puppet. One of the easiest and most effective self-care practices is simply taking a few minutes each day to focus on your breath. Deep breathing can help reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and promote relaxation. And the best part? You can do it anywhere, anytime. Whether you're rocking the baby to sleep, waiting in line at the grocery store, or hiding in the pantry for a moment of peace, a few deep breaths can make all the difference. Another simple yet powerful self-care ritual is gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small. It could be a warm cup of coffee, a snuggle with your little one, or even just a moment of quiet in an otherwise chaotic day. Focusing on the positive can shift your perspective and help you navigate the challenges of parenthood with a more joyful heart.
Remember those pre-baby days when date night meant getting dressed up, going out, and actually having a conversation that didn't involve diaper rash or sleep schedules? Yeah, those were the days. But fear not, lovebirds. Just because you're now responsible for a tiny human who thinks 2 a.m. is the perfect time to practice their opera singing, doesn't mean your love life has to fizzle out faster than a dropped sippy cup. The key to keeping the romance alive in the midst of parenthood is to get creative and prioritize those precious moments of connection, even if they look a little different than they used to. Think of it as a romantic scavenger hunt, where the prize is a few stolen hours of quality time with your significant other. One of the easiest and most affordable date night ideas is to have a picnic at home. Spread out a blanket on the living room floor, light some candles, unscented of course for those sensitive baby noses, and enjoy a meal together once the little one is sound asleep. Bonus points for putting on some music and having a little dance party in your pajamas. Another fun and budget-friendly option is to have a movie night in. Rent a classic film or queue up your favorite streaming service, pop some popcorn, and snuggle up on the couch for a cozy night in. And if the baby wakes up in the middle of your cinematic masterpiece, just hit pause and resume when you can. Hey, that's life with a newborn.
From frazzled to fabulous budget-friendly ways to reconnect with your partner. Let's face it, folks. Parenthood is a marathon, not a sprint. And just like those long-distance runners need to refuel and recharge, so do parents. But between the sleepless nights, the endless diaper changes, and the constant demands of a tiny human, it's easy to lose sight of your relationship with your partner. Suddenly, you're not just co-parents, you're roommates in a sleep-deprived haze of baby food and laundry. But fear not, fellow travelers on the parenting journey. Reconnecting with your partner doesn't have to involve expensive vacations or elaborate date nights. It's about finding those small, everyday moments where you can nurture your bond and remind each other that you're not just parents, you're a team, partners in crime, and hopefully still madly in love. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to reconnect with your partner is to schedule regular check-in time. This doesn't have to be a formal sit-down meeting. Although, hey, if that works for you, go for it. It's more about creating a space for open and honest communication where you can share your thoughts, feelings, and any parenting challenges you might be facing. Think of it as a mini therapy session. But instead of a therapist, you have your partner, who, let's be honest, probably knows you better than anyone else. Another important aspect of reconnecting with your partner is to make time for physical intimacy. And no, we're not just talking about sex. Although, hey, if that's on the table, more power to you. Physical touch, even if it's just holding hands, cuddling on the couch, or giving each other a back rub, can release oxytocin, that feel-good hormone that promotes bonding and relaxation.
Okay, lovebirds, let's talk date night. Remember those pre-baby days when date night meant getting all dolled up, painting the town red, and dropping a small fortune on a fancy dinner? Yeah, those days might be on hold for a while, especially when your little bundle of joy considers 2 a.m. prime party time. But fear not, fellow romantics. Just because you're on a budget and a sleep schedule dictated by a tiny human doesn't mean you have to let the spark fizzle out. It's time to get creative and rediscover the art of the budget-friendly date night. First things first, ditch the pressure of a traditional night out. Remember, date night isn't about where you go or how much you spend. It's about connecting with your partner and rekindling that spark that first brought you together. And sometimes, the most romantic moments happen right at home, in your pajamas, with a sleeping baby monitor as your only chaperone. One of our favorite budget-friendly date night ideas is to create a romantic picnic in your living room. Spread out a blanket, light some candles, unscented of course for those sensitive baby noses, and whip up a simple yet delicious meal together. Bonus points for putting on some music and having a little dance party in your socks. The key is to create a cozy and intimate atmosphere where you can relax, reconnect, and enjoy each other's company without the distractions of the outside world or the demands of a tiny human. Another fun and affordable option is to have a movie night in. Rent a classic film or browse through your favorite streaming service, pop some popcorn, and snuggle up on the couch for a night of cinematic bliss. And if the baby monitor interrupts your romantic interlude, just hit pause and resume when you can. Hey, that's life with a newborn. The important thing is to carve out that dedicated time together, even if it comes in fits and starts.
So, you've mastered the art of the at-home date night, but you're itching to venture out into the world again, even if it's just for a few hours. Don't worry, fellow parents, we've got you covered. There are plenty of budget-friendly date ideas that won't break the bank, or wake the baby, fingers crossed. One option is to explore your own city or town with fresh eyes. Remember those charming little boutiques, art galleries, and parks you always wanted to visit but never had time for. Now's your chance. Grab your partner, pack a few snacks, because, let's be honest, you never know when hunger will strike, and spend an afternoon rediscovering the hidden gems in your own backyard. Another fun and affordable date idea is to get active together. Remember those pre-baby days when you could go for a hike without packing a diaper bag the size of a small suitcase? Well, dust off those hiking boots, or running shoes, or bicycles, and hit the trails. Exercise is a great way to relieve stress, boost your mood, and reconnect with your partner while enjoying the great outdoors. Bonus points for finding a scenic spot for a romantic picnic lunch. And for those nights when you need a little cultural enrichment, or just a break from the same old routine, check out your local community calendar for free or low-cost events. Many museums, art galleries, and theatres offer discounted admission on certain days of the week or for special exhibitions. You might even stumble upon a free concert in the park or a local farmers market with live music and delicious food vendors.
From co-parents to soulmates, keeping the spark alive even when you're exhausted. Let's be honest, folks. Parenthood is the most rewarding, challenging, and exhausting job in the world. And while those tiny humans bring immeasurable joy into our lives, they can also put a strain on even the strongest of relationships. Suddenly, you're not just lovers, you're co-parents, navigators of sleep schedules, and masters of the art of diaper changing. It's easy to lose sight of each other in the midst of all the chaos. But fear not, fellow parents. Keeping the spark alive in your relationship doesn't require grand gestures or expensive vacations. Although, hey, if those are an option, go for it. It's about those small everyday moments of connection, those stolen glances across a crowded room, those shared jokes that only the two of you understand. It's about remembering that before you were parents, you were partners, lovers, and best friends. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to nurture your connection is to make time for each other, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Whether it's a quick cuddle on the couch after the kids are asleep, a shared cup of coffee before the day begins, or a phone call during your lunch break, those small moments of connection can make all the difference. Another important aspect of maintaining a strong relationship is to communicate effectively. And no, we're not talking about logistical conversations about who's picking up the kids from soccer practice or what's for dinner. We're talking about those heart-to-heart conversations where you can share your thoughts, feelings, and dreams with each other. It's about feeling heard, understood, and supported by the person you love most.
Okay, parents, let's talk laundry. Remember those carefree pre-baby days when laundry day meant tossing a few t-shirts and a pair of jeans into the washing machine? Those days are gone, my friends. Now, you're drowning in a sea of onesies, burp cloths, and tiny socks that seem to multiply overnight. And let's not even get started on the mountain of cloth diapers some brave souls choose to conquer. We salute you, diaper warriors. All this washing and drying can take a serious toll on your wallet and the planet. But fear not, fellow laundry enthusiasts. There are ways to conquer Mount Washmore while keeping your finances and Mother Earth happy. First things first, invest in energy-efficient appliances. We know those shiny new washers and dryers with all the bells and whistles can cost a pretty penny up front. But trust us, they'll save you money in the long run. Look for appliances with the Energy Star label, which means they meet strict energy efficiency guidelines set by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. These eco-friendly wonders use less water and electricity, which translates into lower utility bills and more money in your pocket for those adorable baby shoes you've been eyeing. No judgment here. Plus, you'll be doing your part to reduce your carbon footprint, which is a win-win for everyone. Except maybe the big energy companies. But hey, you can't win them all.
Okay, folks, we've talked about the importance of energy-efficient appliances. But let's take it a step further, shall we? Energy efficiency isn't just about those big-ticket items. It's about making small, everyday changes that can add up to big savings over time. Think of it as a financial fitness plan for your home, where every little bit of effort counts. And the best part? Many of these energy-saving tips are also good for the environment, so you can feel good about saving money and saving the planet at the same time. It's a win-win. Let's start with the basics. Did you know that unplugging electronics when you're not using them can actually make a dent in your electricity bill? It's true. Those sneaky little energy vampires, as they're often called, continue to suck up power even when they're turned off. So, make it a habit to unplug chargers, laptops, and other electronics when you're not using them. You can even get a surge protector with an on-off switch to make it super easy. Next up, let's talk lighting. Remember those old-school incandescent bulbs? They were energy hogs. Switch to energy-efficient LED bulbs, which use significantly less energy and last much longer. Yes, they might cost a bit more upfront, but trust us, you'll save money in the long run and reduce your trips to the store to buy new bulbs, which is always a win in our book.
Take a deep breath, parents. You've made it to the end of this wild and wacky guide to budgeting as a new parent, and guess what? You deserve a gold star, and maybe a nap, a massage, and a year's supply of coffee. We've covered a lot of ground here, from crafting a budget that works for your family, to uncovering hidden savings in every nook and cranny of your life. Remember, this isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's about making conscious choices that align with your values and your dreams for your family's future. It's about finding joy in the simple things, like a homemade meal, a walk in the park, or a night in with your favorite movie, and maybe a bowl of ice cream, because, hey, you deserve it. Remember those financial goals we talked about setting? Those dreams of college funds, debt-free living, and maybe even an early retirement. One can dream, right? Those goals are well within your reach. Every dollar you save, every smart financial decision you make, is a step closer to turning those dreams into reality. It won't always be easy. There will be days when you're running on fumes, both literally and figuratively. When the laundry is piled high, the baby is screaming, and the thought of opening another budgeting app makes you want to cry. But you've got this. You're stronger than you think, more resourceful than you realize, and capable of achieving amazing things. So go forth, parents, and embrace the incredible, messy, and oh-so-rewarding journey of parenthood. Celebrate the milestones, both big and small, and remember that every moment, from the sleep-deprived nights to the first gummy smiles, is a gift. And as you navigate the twists and turns of this wild ride, keep these budgeting tips in your back pocket. They're your secret weapons against financial stress, your tools for building a brighter future for your family. Because when you're financially secure, you're free to focus on what truly matters, creating memories, nurturing your relationships, and showering those adorable little humans with all the love in the world. You've got this, parents. And remember, we're here to cheer you on every step of the way.